You just got to be vocal. I think that's the biggest thing. That's what I've been doing in Hillsborough County. Um, Being vocal, and you have to educate. A lot of schools and counties, administrators, they don't really know the full aspect of athletic trainers. They don't know everything that we can do, not only for the athletes, but the school and the county itself. Um, it's been proven that schools with athletic trainers, they actually have of lower occurrence of injuries as opposed to schools without. That's both acute and recurrent injuries because we're able to do injury prevention techniques with our athletes. We're able to kind of identify so and so has limited range of motion in his or her ankle, which can predispose them to injuries. Let's kind of work on that. Let's figure out why you have that limited range of motion, or why is your strength so weak on this side as opposed to the other. We need to work on that so that your chances of injury go down. Um, on top of that, we actually save schools and counties money because I'm sure, I wish I had a percentage on this, but there's so many times when I have an athlete that has some type of head injury or concussion. I'll go to talk to the parents or the guardians, and they'll say, okay, we're going to take them to the emergency room right now. You don't have to go unless there's any red flags. So we actually prevent unnecessary trips to the emergency room, which in turn leads to decreased injury claims. So the school or the county's insurance plan doesn't have to reimburse all these families for these unnecessary visits. So we're actually saving schools and counties money because they don't have to pay out all this money to families that went to the ER for no reason. Granted, some of these injuries might be scary. Like, obviously, concussions are scary. That's a brain injury. Sometimes a rolled ankle just blows up humongous, but there's really no signs of a fracture. But because it's so different, parents get scared. And that's completely understandable, especially if they're not knowledgeable in medicine. So their first instinct is, we need to go to urgent care. We need to go to the emergency room right now. When in reality, if there's really no red flags, if you can still walk on that rolled ankle, granted there might be a limp, or you have a headache, but that's really it. You don't really have any what we call red flags. There's no need because they're not going to be able to do anything for you at the ER. They'll get a CT of your head, but you can't see a concussion on any diagnostic imaging.
Right.
Really, the only reason they do that CT is to make sure you don't have a brain bleed, which is something we educate our parents about. We educate them on what to look for and when to go to the emergency room.